Hi everyone, I'm Neo. I'm ranking a hit single again! Except this time with some changes. Car's little song has been removed, so I don't have to talk about it, but more importantly, Let There Be Light and Ursed are two new songs that I didn't talk about last time, and now I get to talk about them, and I'm ranking the OST worst to best. That's how a ranking works. You guys already know all this. This is nothing new, so I'm not going to stall anymore. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into the ranking. Woo! So, Retro is the song that's bad, and everyone knows it's bad, but I'll keep it real, it's really not as awful as I think I made it out to be last time. Don't get me wrong, it's a bad song. It's obviously bad. It's just straight up trying to be bad. Mario's vocals are not the greatest, and BF has a lot of compression on his vocals, and the instrumental is just kind of whatever, but there's an actual beat and rhythm here that's comprehensible? Not the intro. The intro just kind of sucks. It's usual joke song stuff. But then after a bit, there's actually I don't know, there's an actual melody here, which is so weird. I don't even know what this song is necessarily doing here. It feels the most out of place out of everything. It just is kind of here. Yeah, I don't know. I've already talked about the song before. It's bad, but it weirdly has a kind of so bad it's good charm to it that not a lot of other songs have. I think that's just because there's an actual, there's actually semi-catchy melodies here. So that sort of saves it a little bit. It could be a lot worse if we're gonna be realistic about something so retro.
You're really weird.
I have, nothing to talk about Tritorial with. The song exists, and I have, kind of no feelings on it. Some of the beats are kind of neat, but, otherwise this is just a glorified instrumental when you think about it. And sure, it's not really an FNF song, so it's hard to rank, and I probably shouldn't rank it, but, whatever. I like having an even 10. This song doesn't at all do anything that I dislike, but it also doesn't do anything to warrant me wanting to come back, and to be completely honest, I probably won't even rank it next time, or maybe I will, and I'll literally just say, it's Tritorial, and then move straight along, takes 5 seconds, because I never have anything to say about this one. It's just a track that exists. In fact, the most meaningful thing that I can say regarding Tritorial is that if you're one of the people who says,
oh, of course FNF fans don't like it, they don't listen to real music.
I'm not sorry when I say this, but that is genuinely one of the stupidest things to come out of a human's mouth in the FNF fandom. And that's saying a lot because there is a lot of really dumb things people will say in this fandom. But that is one of the top dumbest things to possibly say. And I could go into a full tangent, but I don't feel like getting mad in this video. Let's move right along. Hey look everybody, it's Conan the Pig, and it's the power of Pig, and yeah, this is the last song that really I don't have a lot to say about, I guess. This song is fine. The instrumental is kind of a nice vibe, and BF sounds pretty good, and when the pig actually has a legitimate chromatic, it actually sounds really nice. But the rest of the song is just the oinking, and it's not great. It's just kind of it's okay at worst, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this is a bad song, I just think it's fine. It's definitely a B tier territory, whereas literally everything else is A tier and above. So, yeah, The Power of Pig is a fine song, but compared to literally everything else, it really did not have much of a chance of scoring any higher. Trickle is a really solid song that I have grown on a bit since last time. I enjoy this one. The instrumental's nice, it's got this ominous tone to it while still being kind of funky. Lord X's chromatic, no, that sucks. I do not like this Lord X chromatic. It doesn't fit him and it just sounds so weird and I'm really not a big fan of it. And Boyfriend's voice is just sorta meh. I'm barely ever thinking about it, but when I do actually, like, focus in on his chromatic, I'm not really that big a fan of it due to how compressed it is, but whatever. It's, like I said, I don't really think about it very often, because I'm mostly focused on Lord X's singing. I'll be honest, I really like the writing behind Lord X's lyrics here. It's interesting and kind of it like offers this new perspective on Lord X, and it's really well sung. And you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Strum is the one who sang these lyrics, or at least I think he sings most of the lyrics that that he makes. So, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong again, but like if this is Strum's voice, it's very good for Lord X. It fits him really well. And if it's not Strum, well then whoever did the voice acting or singing for Lord X, they did a really good job. It fits really well. And it just sounds good. The pace of the song is nice, it doesn't drag on for too long, it feels right. There are some points that kinda lose me a little bit, like the line about his face, and that part kind of throws me off a little bit, but not that much, and most of the song is so good that it doesn't really bother me too much. This is just a really good song that's going up against a ton of extremely intense competition. I also really like the ending and how broken Lord X sounds. He sounds like he's in genuine pain. Again, it really makes sense when you look at the lyrics. It's a great song that really captures this unique perspective on Lord X. His host body dying and he knows he has to move on, but he doesn't want to because he's still stuck in the memories and the nostalgia of being Sonic.
It's been a wild ride. I thank you for your time. Peer deep into my eyes and see I'm joyous to be.
And here's the other Lord X song, Joyous. I mean, yeah, again, another song that's actually kind of grown on me since last time. Joyous isn't my favorite thing ever, but like, I actually quite like it. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I think all of the hit single songs, well, almost all of them, have kind of grown on me in some sense. Well, okay, I don't know. I would say Joyous and Fake Baby and Trickle were the ones that grew on me more than others. Lord X sounds like himself again, and I like that. His chromatic is utilized super well here. And I love the instrumental, and now I finally understand the context of this song. Thank you, comment section, for that one. That was actually real helpful last time. So, apparently, the person you're actually playing as and singing against Lord X as is... I've forgotten the name of the creator, but it's like the person who made Lord X. I think like Doughy Boy or something? I don't remember. It was like something like that, I think, from what I remember being told in the comments. But that actually offers a really unique perspective, and all of the lines from Lord X and his dialogue, instead of just feeling generically evil or something like that, they actually feel like they have some weight to them knowing the context of who you're playing as. That's really cool, actually, and I enjoy that a lot. And there's just so many different points in Joyous where it's really catchy and fun, and it's just good. And the lyrics are surprisingly decent. I mean, I know I kind of mocked last time the Okay, can you actually blame me, though? Because the lyrics are still... They're, like, mostly good, but... It's time for my hellish blast. It's so silly. It is ridiculously silly. Which I guess in a sense can kind of fit Lord X. but like it also just takes me out of the moment in that bit. So I don't know. It's fine lyrics, but like it's still a little silly. So a little bit. I also like the tonal change when everything becomes all red. I really like the design on Lord X here. This 3D look on him looks really cool. And the beat takes such a drastic turn here. It's really nice. And I absolutely love the ending with the execution reference. It's handled so well. I don't know, Joyous is just a very strong song with a lot of high moments. So what's holding it back for me? I don't really know. I mean, I just don't think of this as like an amazing song or anything. I think it has a lot of good elements. Both chromatics are pretty good. The instrumental is very solid, and there's some really highlight moments. But I guess it just kind of goes on for too long. Something you guys should know about me is that when it comes to longer FNF songs, I tend to be a little bit more strict. Because if you're going to give me more time in the song, it should be worth it, you know? So longer songs will sometimes just get a harsher ranking in certain cases. However, when they're done right, they can outdo everything else by a pretty big margin. But again, that's that kind of balance. It's that risk-reward sort of system. If you're longer and you have a lot of issues, there's a big likelihood that the song's gonna end up ranking lower. However, if it all pays off in the end, it's gonna rank over the shorter songs that are just as good. Because I want to stay in the song for longer. And Joyous, just unfortunately, it doesn't have quite enough for me to want to rank it higher, you know? Again, if it was shorter, I would probably be a little bit nicer to this one, but the fact that it's like 6 minutes long that's pushing it a bit for me. Still, a really strong song that I really like. I don't really have a lot of issues outside of the fact that I just like a lot of other songs more than this one. But for a Lord X song, this is definitely one of the strongest ones out there.
The only one cursed with knowledge.
Ursed is kind of like one of the best vibes I've heard in a long while. Like, this is an all-around solid song. Boyfriend sounds good. I believe this character is called the Cursed One, and apparently he's like a fan-modded character for a Binding of Isaac, apparently. I don't know, that's what I remember on the wiki. This song is a vibe. BF sounds amazing here, the instrumental is really nice, and I especially love the chromatic for the Cursed One. Like, it's so smooth, yet so unique. I've not heard something this good in a long time for a chromatic. So why isn't it higher? And also, because I know some people are going to say, you really ranked this over Joyous? Yes, it wasn't by a lot, these two were pretty close for me. I just like Ursed slightly more. There are some really solid melodies, especially that da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like, that bit is really sticking in my head. The rest of it feels a bit samey, but like, it's still a good enough vibe, and this song does grow on me every time I hear it again, so who knows, maybe the next time I'll cover Hit Single, it'll find itself even higher on the list, who knows.
Not my daughter, you.
Wow, I still really like this song more than I did before. It's crazy, I like this song, dang it. There are so many different elements that just work for this one. The instrumental is a bop, but it also gives off the ominous tones of the situation really well. It really does make this character just feel so intimidating. I don't even know anything about No More Innocence, or like what he even is, or what it is. I don't understand its motives or why it does what it does, but this song really does capture a menacing feel that I've not really gotten out of a lot of FNF songs. So, immediate respect there. I'm quite impressed with how well the song captures this tone. And Daddy Dearest, although sometimes he doesn't sound great when used in FNF fan songs, but the times where he sounds good, wow, he sounds good! And this song is no exception. He sounds amazing. His vocals are just so nice alongside this instrumental. And then there's No More Innocence. I like his vocals. I like how they kind of remind me a bit of Majin's vocals, but deeper and more demonic. It fits his design really well. And I actually think this is my new favorite No More Innocence chromatic. I think last time I may have brought up that I preferred the more screamy vocals of the original song that he was in. And nowadays, yeah, no, 110% no. This is my favorite No More Innocence song, period. It's just so good, and there's so many really catchy moments. And surprisingly enough, unlike Joyous, where I feel like it just stretches out for far too long, I don't feel that way towards Fake Baby. I feel like it utilizes a lot of its time really well. However, there are two other small gripes that I have regarding this song that don't have to do with the timer. Even though I did just praise No More Innocence's chromatic, I have to admit there are points when he sounds a little too muffled and ends up being too quiet in the mix, and it's such a shame. It's not often that it happens in the song, but every time it happens, I just feel bad about it. But the more important thing is the ending. A lot of people were really upset that I said I didn't like the ending for Fake Baby. Well, I'm sorry, I still don't. I think it's too low energy for how much everything changes visually. It feels like it should be so much more intense and climactic, and it just feels like a very slightly faster, with a few more instruments added, part of the beginning of the song. And it's like, why? Why does it do that? I feel like this ending is just, it's missing something. Sure, it sounds good, but it kind of leaves just an underwhelming feeling by the end, and it's such a shame, because everything else about the song was really geared up towards being something incredible. I still love this song, though, and I do like how it actually ends. Like, when I'm referring to the ending, I'm referring to that final singing bit when No More Innocence comes out of the TV and there's like that whole visual art style change. That's what I'm referring to by the underwhelming part. The point when they both stop singing and it's just the piano fade is really nice, and I love how it ends the song. It's great. Silly Billy, we're back again. And although it has lost its place as what was my second favorite of Hit Singles OST, I gotta admit to you guys, it's not like Let There Be Light is just an S tier. So yes, Silly Billy has fallen from SS tier. However, it didn't fall like into a high S anymore for me. No. This is one of the lower S tiers that I've ever had to rank, and you might be thinking, wait, really? Yes. In fact, this song borders between S and A so often, and I don't even think it's necessarily the song's fault. Now, here's the thing. If you want to know why I used to love, and things that I still love about this song, then go back to my original video and listen to me talk about the song there. Because everything that I've said when it comes to praise for the song, I've kind of already said beforehand. And And I don't really feel like rephrasing everything all over again. But to get the most simple positives just out there, so, I love Yourself's Chromatic. I think it fits him pretty well, even though it's not my favorite thing anymore, but I still like what it's going for. BF sounds pretty good. Pretty much all of the melodies are at least good. They aren't great, but they all are really good, and the instrumental is performed very well. The structure of the song works nicely. The lyrics are arguably some of the best lyrics in any FNF song. I will still stand by that. They are beautifully well done, and I guarantee you that the only reason some people choose to continue hating on them is because of their overexposure in the FNF fandom, and this is what I need to talk about. See, I'm really kind of on the fence with how I feel about Silly Billy, because when I have this song in my playlist and it comes up, a part of me feels like just skipping over it. My passion for this song has almost completely run out. But why? Because when I'm exposed to a song so many times, and everyone around me insists it's the best thing ever created, and it's constantly shoved everywhere, and it's never not talked about somehow, then I start to get a little tired of it. But I'm also, not saying that that's the song's fault. The song is super good, and every time I listen to it, I can't think of something that I actively dislike. The only thing I can even potentially think about not loving is the length. I feel like the fact that it goes on for 6 minutes allows for me to not really feel as engaged with it. But even then, I still really don't find myself not liking some of these parts. So, as you can tell, I don't know how to feel about this song anymore. I love it, but I'm also tired of it. So, I don't know what to do with Silly Billy anymore. I still think it's better than everything else in Hit Single outside of the top 2, but I also don't think I want to return to this one as much. So, for now, the only thing I can think about doing is leaving it in A tier, regrettably, and just keeping it there until Hit Single gets another update, because you know eventually it will, because it always does. And then when I return to this song, maybe my passion will be reignited for this song. Maybe. That's what I'm hoping for. But for now, I genuinely, honestly don't think I can come back to this one for at least a while, because I've become numb to Silly Billy. Outside of the lyric part, which still gives me chills, and the mimic segment still makes me like, hey, bopping up. But everything else has almost completely lost its charm, which is weird because in my head, I recognize, hey, these are good melodies. This is a really good song. But then when I listen to it, the passion is gone. So, I'm sorry if this is confusing for you to hear me say, and you're like, what do you think of this song? I don't know! If you think you're confused, how do you think I feel? I don't know how to feel about Silly Billy anymore. And you know what? Like I said, it's really not the song's fault. I think it's just the fandom's they've taken it and it's shoved everywhere, and it's almost made me tired of it. But even then, I don't know if that's really why the passion for Silly Billy is gone. Because I recognize in my head, I love elements of this song. But something about it keeps me from loving it the same way I used to. If you love this song, good for you. I'm happy. I really am, because I know in my heart somewhere there is still that flame and passion that I used to have. And hey, I still put it in number 3 because I know it's good. It's just, it doesn't make me feel the same way it used to, I guess.
Mega Man drops January 7th. Listen.
And here it is. Let There Be Light. The song I'm sure most people probably clicked on the video to hear my thoughts on. Unless you came to hear my thoughts on Ursed, or you wanted to see if anything's changed with some of the other songs. But I would wager to guess that a lot of people probably came here to see what I had to say about this song, and yeah, the hype is real with this one. It's really, really good. I love how unique it is, too. Mega Man and Dustman having chromatics that sound more like the sound effects from the actual Mega Man games while still being fluent enough to beat chromatics is incredible. It's a shockingly amazing balance. And that's only added to how well it's mixed as well. I think I remember seeing the old and original Let There Be Light FNF version song. I don't even know if it was FNF at the time. I think I just remember seeing it pop up at one point, giving it a listen, and thinking it was so poorly mixed that I just kind of ignored it. And then I see, oh, look at this, it's in hit single. I think I remember seeing this like a few months ago or something. Checked it out and was pleasantly surprised that it sounds way better. Seriously, this song is incredible. A lot of the melodies are so good. They stick in the mind really well. And of course, the key moment of the song would be the lyrics. I love these lyrics. Dustman's singing is incredible, and the lyrics are haunting given the context. I mean, think about it. This is a robot made of vacuum cleaner. He's basically just becoming a cannibal towards other robots. And if I remember correctly, isn't Mega Man like a kid? Even in this game, he's just walking around and seeing what is basically equivalent to piles and piles of bodies everywhere. And yeah, it's haunting. And the lyrics capture that so well. And I like that they're not too short as well. Nothing here feels bad, and I swear so help me to never falter, be severed. That got stuck in my mind so easily. Like, wow, it's good. That one in particular makes me smile. This song is just amazing. And I really like the ending too. It ends off on a really great note, and I just adore it so much. Now, with all that praise, you might be thinking, hold on a minute. Isn't this just an S tier? Yeah. It's not my favorite thing ever. I mean, if I had to name some issues, I admit I wish that Dustman and Mega Man sounded a little bit different from each other because they are a bit too samey, which can lead to the duets sounding a bit too blended, which isn't great. I don't love it when that happens, but otherwise it's really not like a big deal for me, you know? That's just a small thing, and even then the melodies still shine through enough for me not to really care. My bigger problem is more of the structure and pacing of the song. More specifically about the lyrics. So you might be thinking, okay, wait. You were just praising the lyrics. What happened? Yes, I love these lyrics. I think the writing is good, it's sung well. I just don't like where they're placed in the song. It happens so early on that I feel like the rest of the song doesn't have quite enough steam to really drive it home to being perfect, you know? If it was more in the middle of the song instead of in that first third, I probably wouldn't really have this problem, and I would love their song a little more. But as it is, due to how early on the lyrics are, it feels like it just hits you with its biggest punch and then nothing else comes to that level. It's such a shame. It's a small issue for me at the end of the day, but it is still the thing that holds this song back a bit for me. So, I have a statement to make, cause Let There Be Light V2 was released while this video was undergoing its premiere stages. Like, it hadn't even premiered, but I had it set up, and, then I heard it, and my views on Let There Be Light have basically completely changed, at least slightly. Okay, they haven't completely changed, but V2 basically just, kind of made me realize that the original does have a few issues I didn't quite notice before. The main one being that I think the instrumental blends in with the vocals too much. Like, that I kind of noticed that before, obviously, but, like, V2 made me realize it way more, and I feel like the vocals just have a bit more polish to them, and the instrumental goes in so much harder that if I'm gonna be completely honest, Let There Be Light V2 is just, by default, the best version of Let There Be Light I've heard so far. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
It sure is nice driving my 2020 Chevy Silverado.
Hi, Squidward.
Bold or Brash will forever be my favorite song from Hit Single. And yes, I'm still calling it Bold or Brash. You aren't ever going to have me call it the other name. I love every part of this song. Do I love it as much as I used to? Maybe not. But do I still think that this song is peak? Yes, I do. This is still, by far, my favorite of Strum's music. Or is it Sturm? I think I've been pronouncing it Strum, but I think it's Sturm. Whatever, his name's weird. This is still my favorite song that he's made. Like, it's just so insanely good. There are other songs that are good, obviously. I love Let There Be Light, and there's a few others I haven't actually touched on in videos yet that I still think are pretty good. But nothing beats this. It's just so good. I've sung my praises before, and you know what? I'm gonna do it all over again because I love this song that much. I love Squidward's Chromatic. I think they called him something else, but I don't know how to say that name, so gonna call him Squidward. I still adore his Chromatic. It's one of my favorites, not just from Hit Single, but just one of my favorite FNF Chromatics out there. It's so hauntingly eerie yet fitting of Squidward, so perfect blend. And Mr. Krabs sounds great too, better than any other Mr. Krabs Chromatic I've heard from any mod, so that's something. The instrumental is amazing. The little clarinet and world's smallest violin solo, those bits are amazingly well done. The pacing of the song is perfect. I never feel like it goes on for too long, unlike a few of the other songs Sturm has made, where they can kind of drag at points. And of course, I adore that ending. It's so good. I love the long solo from Squidward. It sounds so good. And then followed by the tonal shift where it almost sounds sad. And then it just rocks right back into intensity. I seriously cannot help but love every part of that ending. Even the duets are insanely good. Everything about this song clicks in my head and it just works. Everything works. I have no real complaints about Boulder Brash. To the point where I don't know how I could ever get tired of this song. I was a little worried, I'll be honest. Like, Silly Billy I've lost all that passion there, but nope. This one, not so much at all. I don't know. Maybe that's just because Silly Billy's, overdone by the fandom or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that again. I love this song so much, and I was shocked when I was reading through comments of the Hit Single video, and I saw so many people were just so happy to see Boulder Brash praised the way it was. I got people who were upset Silly Billy got beat out by it last time. I'm sure those people are now even more furious now that it's not even in the top 2. But still, seeing so many other people come out to be as happy about Boulder Brash as a song as I am, that made me really just... That was great to see. It was so awesome. I adore this song, and I'm so happy there are so many people who feel the same way I do about this one, that it's just an underrated gem of a song. Well, everyone, that's it. We are officially done with talking about Hit Single. Anyways, here's my new tier list. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!